Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel today. It's your boy KB here, and today we are talking about the most important topic when it comes to personal finances. That's how to finally get control over your money. Now, I know how overwhelming it can be when it feels like your finances are all over the place. Maybe you are stressed out about debt, or perhaps you are just not sure where all your money goes. Well, trust me, I have been there. But the good news is it doesn't have to be that way forever. Today, I'm going to break down the 10 simple steps that can help you get back on track and stay on track. Whether you are just starting out or you are looking to finally get organized, these steps will guide you into taking control over your financial future. Okay, so imagine this. It's the end of the month, and for once, you actually know where all your money went. You are not stressing about bills, you are putting money into savings, and you are even able to enjoy life without feeling guilty for spending. Sounds amazing, right? Well, that can be you sooner than you think. Now, let me walk you through 10 things you can start doing today to finally get control over your finances. These aren't just tips, they are life-changing actions. And I promise if you implement even the few of them, you will start seeing positive changes in your financial life. Step 1, check your credit reports. You can't get control over your finances if you don't know where you stand. Your credit score affects everything from your loan interest to your ability to even rent an apartment. Make sure to regularly check your credit report to spot any errors or even fraud. You can use free services like Credit Karma or even annualcreditreport.com to check your credit score. And one thing that I've also realized is some of the banks even offers you a service that allows you to track and monitor your credit score in their app. So make sure you are taking advantage of those ones to keep an eye on your credit score and your credit report. For me personally, one app that I've used at least over the last couple of months to keep an eye over my credit report is an app called Borrowwell. Basically, I'm able to check and see any changes or any hits that have been hit on my credit score. Now, take this from me. I know somebody who years ago found some old debt on his credit report that he didn't even know about. By getting these things cleared off, it made a huge difference in his credit score. And he was able to get this one done because he kept an eye on his credit report and was always monitoring his score. So always make sure you are getting this one checked. Number 2 will be add up your debt. I know this can be a little scary, but facing it head on is the only way to start taking control. Whether it's student's loan, car loan, or even credit cards, make a list of everything you owe. You need to know your total debt so you can create a realistic plan to pay it down. One method that I highly recommend is the debt snowball method. It's all about focusing on your smallest debt first while paying the minimum on the largest ones. This momentum will give you the confidence to tackle the bigger debts. And the good news even with this particular method is you are able to clear some of your debtors off your list. That way there are few people that you owe, which will make it easier for you to even manage your debtors. So imagine this, if you are owing 10 people and you start paying off the smallest one first, it will be easier to now clear a lot of debtors off your back, which will make it easier to now have conversations with the ones that you owe, the bigger ones, and set up a payment plan to be able to clear those ones off in the near future. Number 3 is define your financial goals. If you don't know where you are going, how will you know when you have arrived? Whether it's paying off your debts, saving for a down payment, or retiring early, make sure you know what you are working towards. That's the only way that you will keep yourself motivated and work towards it. If you don't know what you are driving towards, you can just drive in any direction and you will not even know whether you are lost or not. But by having some goals, it will guide you and guide your steps as you move towards it. I would say write it down. You can even break it down into smaller achievable goals. For example, maybe you want to save $1,000 in the next 3 months or pay off a specific credit card by the end of the year. The key is to stay focused on one main goal at a time. That way you are not distracted, and having one simple goal is easier to keep yourself motivated and focused, and it will be easier for you to now achieve that goal. And by breaking it down to smaller chunks, it makes it very achievable. Even though your goal is to pay off the debt $1,000 in the next 3 months, you can break it down to achievable and say, the next 3 months, every month, I'm going to pay maybe $300 towards this particular debt. And you'll be shocked that by the end of the 3rd month, you would have achieved that particular goal without even stressing much. Number 4 is create a household budget. Budgeting. Now, I know it doesn't sound sexy, but trust me, it is a game changer. Your budget is your financial roadmap. Here is a quick way to create a budget. Firstly, write down your monthly income. That is your take home after all the taxes have been taken out, because the amount that your company pays you is not your take home. Your take home is the final amount when all the taxes and other deductibles have been taken out. That is the amount that is paid into your bank account, and that is the money that is your take home income. Secondly, list all your monthly expenses. This will include your housing expenses, your transportation expenses, utilities, any kind of expenses that you will incur throughout the month. Make sure you've listed all of them out. Then now what you are going to do is you sum all those expenses and subtract those expenses from your income. Whatever will be left will be the excess money that you have after paying off all your expenses. If there's no money left, that means you are living above your monthly income. I will always say that allocate some of what is left to some savings. If you do this and you realize that after paying off all your expenses, there's some money left, allocate some of what is left to savings, debt repayment, and some essentials like food. Because savings, you are paying it into your future. Debt repayment, you are paying off debts that you might owe in your past. And some essentials like food, you will make sure that there's always something to eat in your house. And a pro tip here, and I know a lot of people miss this one out when they are putting together their budgets. Leave some room for fun money so you don't feel deprived. But remember, every dollar should have a purpose. So make sure that all the money that you have, that's your monthly income, is well allocated. Even the amount that is left is either going into savings or going into your emergency fund. Number 5, I would say start saving. Even if you are focused on paying off debts, it is critical to have an emergency fund. Life happens and you don't want to go back into debt. When it does, aim to at least have $1,000 in your emergency fund. I always advise that whatever the case may be, make sure you have at least $1,000 sitting in your emergency fund. Just in case something happens that you need money, you can always fall on that one. And I recommend setting up automatic transfer to your savings accounts right after every payday. You will hardly even notice the money is gone, but you will thank yourself when your car breaks down or an unexpected medical bill shows up. That is how I've personally managed to be able to build up my savings, by automating it. So every month when I receive my monthly income, automatically there's a money allocated that I've set aside that leaves my account, that goes into my savings. So when I'm planning for my expenses, I don't even factor that one in because that money is already gone. By so doing, I'm putting money into my savings automatically, and that has done the magic for me. And I believe if you do same, it was going to help improve your saving culture. Number 6, I would say stop using credit cards. If you have credit card debt, stop using your credit cards now. I get it, they are convenient, but relying on credit means you are spending money you don't have. The interest adds up fast and you end up paying way more for everything. And when I say stop using your credit card, basically what I'm saying is use your credit card like how you use debit. Personally, what I do is I only use my credit card to pay for things that I know I can afford, or I know I have money set aside, or money that is coming in that is going to cover it. So my motto is, if I can't afford to pay that money out of debit, I'm not going to use credit to pay for it. So anything that I use my credit card to pay for, I know there's money that is allocated for that particular expense. That way, I don't end up incurring any extra interest or finding myself in credit card debt. So in your case, if you can't control yourself when it comes to credit card usage, my advice is stop using it now and find a way to be able to live without relying on credit. Because credit, you are just paying debt into your future. And you are somebody who cannot do without credit. My quick tip here for you will be, at least try going on a cash only diet for a month. It will make you think twice before buying something you don't need. Because by trying to go cash only, you'll find out whether you are liquid enough to be able to rely on credit in the near future. Number 7, stop shopping unnecessarily. We've all been guilty of impulse shopping. Trust me, I have done it too. The best way to stop unnecessary shopping is to avoid temptation altogether. If you don't need something, don't go looking for it. Whether it's in the stores, online, in the mall, if you don't need it, don't bother going looking for it. Because if you do, there's a high chance that if you can't control yourself, you might end up buying it. And if possible, one trick that I have used that has worked for me is, before you make any big purchase, always leave it for at least 3 days to make a decision. It will shock you that by so doing, within that 3-day period, you will find enough reasons why you should not make that purchase. That way, you're able to control yourself from impulse buying. And by leaving it and sleeping over it overnight, you might be able to stop yourself from that impulse buying. But the best case scenario, make sure that anything that you are buying, you have actually planned for it, and you'll be able to control yourself from doing impulse buying and shopping unnecessarily. One of the best things I did was to unsubscribe from all those 50% off sales emails. Out of sight, out of mind. And somebody who is a trained marketer, right now what happens is most of these online shops will track your browsing history using cookies, so they know when you are looking. You can try this for yourself. Go online, search for an item, and go back into your inbox and see how many emails or how many ads are targeted at you. So if you don't need it and you know you can't control yourself from impulse buying, my advice is don't even try going looking for it, because they will target you with all those discounts and there's a high chance you might get tempted. Number 8, I would say learn to be content with less. We live in a society that is constantly telling us we need more. But here is the truth. Happiness isn't found in things. Try shifting your mindsets. Look for joy in experiences, not in spending. You will save money and feel better for it. Find ways to entertain yourself that don't involve spending. Have a movie night at home, or even start a new hobby like cooking, reading, and all these are things that you can do without having to spend money. By so doing, you'll be able to at least save some money for yourself and have control over your personal finance and your financial future. Not every experience that you want to engage in have to involve money. It's fine to save for some experiences that you know you've been saving for, but the ones that you haven't planned for, there's no need to splurge on them, because you're going to splurge and have to pay it into your future. Number 9, I would say eat at home. Dining out can really eat into your budgets. No pun intended. If you don't believe me, go check your bank statement and add up how much you spent on food last month by just dining out. The numbers will surprise you. Just do this simple calculation for yourself. If you are spending, let's say, $30 a day just by ordering food from outside or ordering food online, over a month, that's 30 times 30. That's $900 that you have spent on food by just ordering online. That does not include that occasional outing that you might step out. And a simple outing might cost you, if not $100, it might be a little over 100. Because beyond just the amount that you are spending on food, you will now have to pay the tax on it and now end up paying or tipping the person who served you. So that $80 food is going to now cost you a little over $110. So try eating at home. is going to go a long way to save you. Number 10, I would say learn to earn extra money. Whether it's picking up a side hustle, freelancing, or even selling things you no longer need. More money coming in means faster progress towards your goals. With picking up a side hustle, you can now decide that maybe after work, if I close at 4, between 4 and maybe 7, I'm going to pick an extra shift somewhere and bring in an extra income, or possibly start a side hustle using some skills that I have, because no matter who you are, somebody might be ready to pay for the skills that you have. If you're a marketer, you can freelance. If you are somebody who is into the trades and you work for a company, you can still freelance on your times off to make sure that you are bringing in some extra income. But if you are not able to do all these things, you might still be able to sell things that you don't need to make sure that you bring in an extra income. That way, there's more money coming into your pocket and you're able to progress faster to your financial goal. I always say there are so many opportunities out there. Just find something that works with your skills and lifestyle. Trust me, even a little extra cash a month can make a big difference when it comes to your finances. And that's it. Those are 10 steps to finally get control of your finances. Remember, it's all about starting small and staying consistent. If I can do it, you can too. No matter where you are starting from, there's always a way to turn things around. Be sure to hit the like button if you find this helpful, and subscribe to join me on this journey to financial freedom. And hey, if you are serious about getting your finances in order, I'm offering a one-on-one consultation. Check the link in the description to book a session with me. Let's make this happen together. Now, until the next time, take care and keep building your future. Bye.